An Indonesian teenager has survived 49 days adrift alone at sea on a fishing raft. Now, before I get to more details on this, I want to show you the footage of his rescue. And keep in mind there is no audio on this video. So that was incredible. Now, here's more details from The Guardian. Aldi Noval Edelang, a 19-year-old from Sulawesi, worked as a lamp keeper on a floating fish trap known locally as Rompong, located 125 kilometers out at sea. The small floating wooden hut, one of 50 owned by the company and spread across the waters of Manado, was anchored to the seabed by a long rope and suspended by buoys. But in mid-July, heavy winds snapped its moorings and sent Aldi adrift into the ocean. And to give you an idea of how far he drifted, you could see the dot where it says Manado. That's where his fishing hut was. And he drifted out towards the dot where Guam is. So, some more important points of the story. He only had a few days worth of supplies, so he had to survive by catching fish and burning wood to cook the fish. And he sipped seawater through his clothes to minimize the salt intake. And 10 ships had sailed past him before he was finally picked up. That's insane. And he flew home on September 8th and is apparently now in good health. So this whole story to me is incredible. What it really shows you is the power of the human spirit. Our ability to push through times of serious despair. And that's why I wanted to show this story, because there is so much negative news around that it's hard to often grasp how powerful we are as humans. We can get through hard times if we will ourselves through them. So situations like this, news like this is often looked to as a way for people to go, well, look how much worse it could be. Your life could be so much worse, so don't complain about your life. Don't try and change things, because your life could be way worse than it is. But that is not what you should be taking from this. What you should be taking from this is, yes, your life could be worse. Yes, your situation could be worse. But because of that, use the energy you have in your current situation to then push through and improve your situation. Make it better. Will yourself through it, because you have the power to do that. So I hate when stories like this, whether it's people who are more poor than you or people who have worse health than you, oh, it could always be worse. It could always be worse. Yeah, it could always be worse, but that doesn't mean you should be complacent. That doesn't mean you should just accept that, oh, well, it could be worse, so I'm just going to accept that my life's shitty. No, it could be worse, so understand that because of the situation you're in is better. Use that as a way to push through and make your situation better, make your life better, change things. Whether it's, through activism or whether it's just in your daily life, in your job, with your family. Whatever you're dealing with, you have the power to push through it. This teenager was floating on a raft for 7 weeks. He did have suicidal thoughts, but he pushed through because his parents had told him that if you pray and if you remain strong through this, or not through this situation, but if you remain strong, you can get through hard times. And he did that. Now, look, I'm not religious. I grew up religious, but I quickly realized religion's not for me. But that said, you don't have to be religious to have this sort of willpower. You just have to have that awareness to know that you have the power within you to get through hard times. So if there's one thing to learn from this story, it's that. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button below and consider becoming a patron at therationalnational.com/join. You get some extra content, but also, most importantly, you help support me in continuing to produce these sorts of videos.